Hello, I'm back again for a surprising second stream of the month. Um, Last Monday, 2 days ago, I started streaming Slay the Princess, normal game about a princess, and have been really enjoying it. I got about halfway through it, I think. So I am continuing it today. I've got my sparkling water, not saying it's brand, and I'm just gonna jump into it. Solve all the technical difficulties because it's always there. Look fine.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Game is so stylish. But yeah, last time I got the scary lady ending on my first run, and then I think I got the romantic ending on the second time around. And the third time I was a bit of a contrarian. I don't know what I'm doing this time, but I don't even know what I should aim for.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I haven't went with this thing. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or
Hmm.
very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I would think not.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it. While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Does make a good point. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
I'm skeptical. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a job for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Treat me like a child. Tell me what to do?
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Good old hero. Just him this time, right now.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Now this is the first major choice. If I want a new route, do I take the knife or no? I think I'll go without it and see what I can do this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
I've already explored asking her like small talk questions. Doubt that will change anything. Feels weird jumping straight to the conclusion ones without actually asking the small talk. Guess I'll just keep her locked up. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. You can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Oh, she got sinister real quick.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
She did not keep up the game very long.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Guess I'd stab in her, she'll probably just overpower me again. I haven't set her free when she's sinister. I also haven't tried locking her in the basement. Try locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
A weird perspective. I don't like seeing the other side of the basement.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
It feels so tongue-in-cheek. Did I just grab the knife? Because clearly doesn't feel like a winning strategy. That's fine, I'll commit.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work.
It open inwards. I honestly can't remember.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
I messed up.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
I don't want to go to sleep. That sounds like the worst thing to do. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
I thought it opened inward. The table was useless.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh dear lord.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
AI-looking hands.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Why is this so spooky?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Jesus Christ.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Nightmare. Oh no, it's just going to get worse.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
He's just going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
Okay, yeah. Paranoid, that's interesting. I figured it would be like Voice of the Terrified.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Shit.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
See to the cabin, nothing much else to say.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
Honestly, a refreshing amount of directness.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Gonna jump scare me. I can feel it.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh. There's some little fellows. Sure, they're chill.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
My best. I'm gonna take the blade. I don't think there's much talking left to do.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Like that would not help whatsoever.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Honestly, you might have a point, Paranoid. It is very different.
Very different.
Just said that, hero.
I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Mirror's never anything, so I'm just going to enter the basement.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
I guess I should have suspected something like this.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
There are a lot of eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
An interesting way to go. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you all are being such pessimists right now. The voice that's me selecting dialogue, this is very different from every voice that's currently inside me. Which I feel like most choices don't. The choices that matter always seem to be similar to what my voices are, so this seems odd. No, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? I don't think I'm gonna talk to her.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Yeah. This is not where I wanted to be.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Please don't talk like that. I'm gonna go right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Every time she appears in this form, I'm getting like chills, and not the good kind.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. 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 Heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Lungs, liver, nerves. Heart,
I don't know what to think of this. Wow.
liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. What are you doing?
What is he doing?
Working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then, okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Hang on, I skipped dialogue.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
Do your job, Paranoid.
You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Heart,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
nerves.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Lungs. She isn't attacking us. Nerves. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Nerves. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Why? Where is this coming from? Working together. Did she say something like that?
Heart, lungs,
Or is that just me introducing that idea?
heart, lungs, liver,
You know what?
nerves,
He's got a nice smile. I think we can be friends. We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of the curve.
liver,
It. A shocking sound.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then,
liver,
well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
nerves, heart,
Interesting.
liver, nerves,
That's insight into what happens,
lungs,
like,
liver, nerves, heart,
what she does before I die, I guess.
liver,
If I'm not there.
nerves,
She can't escape the cabin.
lungs,
I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Yeah, why didn't she try being nice?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
liver,
I guess that's fair.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
nerves, heart,
Not doing too great.
liver, nerves,
You want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shine down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Yeah.
nerves, heart,
Let,
lungs, liver,
yeah, let's get out of here.
nerves. What? No! Heart,
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
lungs. No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Yeah, maybe I'm making a mistake, but I don't know what else to do.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
I wouldn't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
It's fair.
Nerves, heart, lungs. You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here.
Oh yeah, that's
The door
true.
was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart, thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I think the door's
You
locked.
haven't even tried it. It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Heart, lungs, liver,
Guess I'll try.
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
Keeps changing. I can't keep track with which way this door swings.
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
Oh,
Heart, lungs,
what was that?
liver, nerves. Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves.
He's not as good at this as Paranoid.
You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best. Yes.
What are you doing?
Dang it, I keep skipping dialogue.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right. Yeah, fuck this guy. Don't trust him.
And Paranoid's kind of cool. I like this guy.
Really? So you'd have them trust her?
Nerves.
Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it? I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
Thank you for your gracious show of support.
But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking. Alright, I'm done. You can let me take over again.
Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay?
Nerves,
Open the door.
liver,
Stop.
nerves,
Flipping.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Slay the course or slay the princess? I feel like the voices are in agreement to slay.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Oh.
nerves, heart,
Yeah. Gotta listen to Paranoid.
liver. Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. Liver. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
We did it. We actually did it.
Lungs,
Did not expect that, but I expect it won't work from here on out.
lungs,
You actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
heart,
Can she?
lungs, liver. We've already seen how she can change. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. In her final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling you, and you both plunge into the endless abyss of her basement labyrinth. Liver,
Are we against?
nerves.
Maybe this is the basement door we're back against.
As the two of you fall, you rip your blade from her chest, tightly clutching it in your hands. Liver,
Have fun falling forever. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
nerves. She tears herself away from you and tumbles away into the darkness.
This is such a powerful image.
Liver, nerves. You are alone, and you are falling. Liver, forever. Nerves. But
It's
you
got the
saved
terminal
world.
velocity
You should be
achievement.
proud of yourself for seeing this through. Nerves, heart. Oh, I can stop now, can't I? I can. Finally.
Are we really gonna fall forever? Can't you narrate us some stairs out of it?
But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us.
It means you're falling.
Forever.
No. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, I hate this.
You continue to fall.
Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right?
No, it won't.
That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. You continue to fall, and you will only continue to fall. I feel sick.
Doesn't have to be forever, though,
Oh.
does it?
What do you mean?
We still have a way out, clutched in our hands.
Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die?
I mean, if I save the world, I can just dip. Mission accomplished.
Because right now, you don't want us to do that.
You're right. I don't.
But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care?
And Paranoid's the best. Saves her life and calls out the narrator.
I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
Not like it matters if I die, I'll just come back again.
Again? That's unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once. I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't you? Of course I did. Though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though. Oh, you bastard. How much are you not telling us?
I swear it's a lot more than the other voices.
Plenty. But it's all in your best interest. And the world's. And mine. She's dead and we're falling forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone? It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time? I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
I've got the best company, bleh. But I've got the best company I could ask for, you guys. What more do I need?
Oh, you could do a lot better than us. Exactly. You'll be fine here. Just come up with a game or something to pass the time.
Am I not a creature of biology? Won't I starve or die of dehydration before forever happens?
That's a grim thought, innit?
Innit?
But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. We don't have to starve to death falling through an infinite void. You have our way out. Use it.
Is he stuck here with us, or are you capable of going to other places?
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
Can you tell me your secrets now?
No.
I get it. You don't want us to die because you'd be lonely. How sweet.
Unlike you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us, and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely.
But now is it secret time?
Still no.
I'm going to wear you down eventually. You might as well spill those sweet, sweet secrets now. Then we'll have something else to talk about.
You're not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing his secrets. I can feel it. I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do. The narrator ignores you.
You literally didn't.
You can't just describe yourself ignoring us. I can. The narrator continues to ignore you.
I shouldn't drop the blade. I really shouldn't. Oh, wait a minute.
More time passes. You continue to fall. More time passes. You continue to fall.
This is the kind of thing where you hear claims like, oh, if you do this like 17 times, eventually something happens.
More time passes. You continue to fall.
I don't know if I have the patience for that. And this just prolongs the waiting, so I think I will slay myself.
I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you, is there? You raise the blade to your neck and slit your carotid artery. Here we go. You'd better get this right next time, do you hear me? Don't blow it. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wraith.
You're on a path in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it?
It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Not the worst forest I've been in. Better than the meat.
We've tried doing it our way and we've tried doing it his way. I think the only way left is hers.
Opportunist. He seems like he's going to be a problem.
Are you suggesting we let her out? And why shouldn't we? It's obvious she's the one with the real power here. We might as well ingratiate ourselves to our terrifying new overlord. Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it, yourself included. See, it's that last part I'm not so sure about. We've ended twice now. We even ended her once, but it didn't matter, because it still threw us right back into these woods.
Yeah.
This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end.
That's an interesting way of thinking about it. He's already reaching out in the other worlds.
Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Well then, if the world's rushing to an end, that's all the more reason for us to rush over to the cabin and make ourselves useful. It's all about making a good impression. If we're useful, there's a place for us.
Don't think I'm going to be useful to whoever's in there. Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before.
Suspiciously quick.
Viciously.
If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. What does that mean? I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. All the more reason to side with her, really. It takes a bullshit artist to recognize a bullshit artist, and I'm one of the best in the business. So trust me when I say, he's full of it.
As maybe is funny.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
I've been through some harrowing things. I've seen how this goes, not going to the cabin. A bit railroady. If I do that. We've been killed by her, and have been killed by her. Neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually, we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now. That is the opportunist speaking. We'll go try
You're
that.
making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point.
Facts and logic into this.
Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. Do you see how little authority he has? He's practically just begging us at this point. She at least takes what she wants. She's inspirational, really.
This guy keeps getting me back and then losing me.
Everyone is manipulating us, but we're starting to see the threads now. We just have to avoid getting tangled up in them.
There are a lot of threads. Let's proceed.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing when I get in that cabin.
Of course we do. We've been over it. Find the one in charge, and make sure she knows how helpful we are.
Probably not doing that, opportunist.
I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing. Something that would make everything make sense.
Do want to find this. Paranoid's always been a real one. I'll try getting what he wants.
Maybe letting her out really is the answer.
Not letting that out. Maybe I won't do that. We'll see.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Narrator's very different from all the other ones. Oh, he's trying to reverse psychology.
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. I wouldn't trust that if I were the one making decisions.
Take it however you will.
The cabin?
The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward.
This is probably the most interesting cabin we've gotten. Since outside the cabin, they were just describing the infinite options and narrators wanting us to make the right choice each time. These windows are essentially the choices that end up killing us and looping us back, only to lead us back to one straight path that we have to keep following.
The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
You sort of need that.
What do you mean there isn't a mirror? There's a mirror, plain as day at the end of the hall.
Let's be mindful of our position, boys. Without the knife, we lose part of our bargaining power. We should fold and beg for mercy as soon as we see her.
Such a not winning strategy.
I'm sure we have too much self-respect to do something so worm-like, right? We can always at least pretend to have a conversation as equals. We did kill her last time. Yeah, but she sort of let us do that, didn't she? And again, we don't have a blade. And look at the bright side, at least everybody knows exactly where worms stand in the pecking order. At the bottom, which is the most important part if you think about it, because it gives everybody else something to stand on, the bedrock, if you will. She'll understand the value of that.
The opportunist certainly is a character. Yeah, if she's gonna jump scare me behind the window, that's not gonna be pleasant.
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
Are you saying there isn't a door? Are you saying that at end of the hallway, there's just an opening again.
No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
Here.
It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's going to jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her.
Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement.
Oh, stop being such cowards, all of you.
We know what we're going to do. We know what's going to happen to us. There's literally nothing to be afraid of.
Just can't get behind you, man. Approach the mirror.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you.
Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now.
Who says being watched is a bad thing? If we haven't done anything wrong, we don't have anything to worry about. I'm sure she knows we're on her side.
Even no indication I'm on her side.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
I clean the mirror.
I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
At least it's not a jump scare yet.
Well, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for nothing.
Helplessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts.
Oh dear.
Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
This isn't as bad as the last one, I guess.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me.
Just had the worst thought enter my brain. POV what he sees.
So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
No.
And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
Great, we're all on the same page then. The important part now is that we let her know that we're completely on board with this.
I'm not on board with this, man.
Are we? She clearly hates us. I'm not sure letting her in is a good idea. Not like this.
Oh, don't have second thoughts. This has to happen. It's clearly the only way we save our skin and get out of here. Ignore him. Have those second thoughts. Have them now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're even. She killed me the first time, I got her the last time. Water under the bridge.
I think you forgot something, like the part where all this started when you left me to languish in a pit all by myself. Now I've become something so much worse, and it's all thanks to you. If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
I mean, I did start out not wanting to hurt her. I have no idea how I keep getting in this forest.
But you did hurt me. Twice even. And I'm not letting you do it again.
I'm losing time.
Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
I'm rethinking that plan right now.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
Strange they never gave me the option to get a weapon then.
Look, she's mad at us, I get it, but it's nothing we can't clear up after she possesses our body. Don't worry, I'm what you might call a smooth talker. I iron things out.
You've never once smooth-talked me.
Oh, will you now? With her like that? Good luck with that. Doesn't seem like she's too keen on forgiveness.
Tough sell.
Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine? Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk.
It is marginally better.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. The two of you are being incredibly rude. Hi, hello, welcome. I live here, along with him, and... Well, I've never been clear on whether or not he lives here.
What a great opening. Good luck, man.
I don't think this is helping. We should try to keep a low profile.
What? I can barely hear you.
I just want to tell you how great a job you're doing. You're a real go-getter, really seizing destiny by the throat and making it yours. It's the kind of gumption a guy can really admire.
Props for gumption. That's a good word. I mean, it was the front.
That was then. This is now. I'm a big fan of winners, and you're the biggest winner around.
I can just imagine him going like this with every sentence.
I'll have you know that as soon as we wound up back in the woods on this go-around, I suggested that we free you. I'm on your side.
We lost, man. Give it up.
At the end of the day, I just want a job. I figure if he's right and you're going to end the world, there's got to be something else coming after all that. And I want to make sure I have a place helping you run it. I think you should stop talking. Look, all I'm saying is that whatever comes after is going to be a hefty management task. You don't want to do all that alone, and we are the only people you know. Possibly the only people left alive once you've done whatever it is you're going to do. So you'll have to hire us.
I don't think she's planning to govern, man.
We're going to die. No, we're going to do something worse than dying. She's going to torture us out of existence, and it's all going to be your fault. All I'm doing is reading what you've sown. We I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants. Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
It's really hard to hear what she's actually saying with that reading. Okay, finally I have a choice. And I feel like if I throw my body into the abyss, it's just the falling situation, but now she's here. It is interesting because I don't have a blade. Suppose that's the only win con in this situation. Yeah. Throw my body into the abyss.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Now this is just embarrassing. I would have made sure all of you had cushy jobs on the other side of this, but you're going to make it impossible to patch things up.
No jobs on the other end, man.
I will devour you.
It's now or never, no doubt. Just make it happen. You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
And we're back.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Good one.
I thought we already fell forever. Yes, but now we're falling with her. She doesn't get an easy way out this time, just like we didn't get an easy way out last time. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
If you knew what happens now, you wanted it.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
You should have never come into your head. You left. Go on. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
He's chiller than the other monstrous ones we've seen. She's honestly less terrifying than some of the other ones as well. Honestly, she's alright.
What is happening to me?
You don't answer her before she's gone, and you feel a resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
And Paranoid's my favorite so far.
If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Shut up. Nobody likes you. Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. You're gone once again. Mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
There are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Think there's anything real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Thing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. Yes, but nothing cannot exist on its own. So something must exist to be absent? For now. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
Heart with gumption.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. Call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Don't know if this is a good thing. The last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
This is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here forever. Or I'm ready to go back. Not leaving me with much else to think about. I gotta go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Send it.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
What did I do last time? Did I take the blade?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
The blade?
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay, this time it didn't.
The door to the
Go out.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I feel like this is longer than the normal, first round dialogue.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, she's different this time.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, This time I just proceeded silently. That must be the big change. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Just that disgusted face. Oh, the classic nuh-uh. I don't know. What am I here to do? I haven't decided yet, honestly.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, I'll drop it for now.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Eyes are far too big.
We'll be fine.
I do like her nose, though. That's a nice drawn nose.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Yeah, at least I have the option.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Hey, I'm not looking into that. Not interested in a relationship. Yeah, well, no, this is just the beginning. How you doing, Dia? Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Do you? No, she's just gonna be snarky if I say that. I've been told things. That? Oh, really? Oh yeah, it is technically the beginning of the end, perhaps? I honestly can't tell. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
You know I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No, I don't. No.
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
Guess we talked enough?
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I don't want to set her free like I did I don't know, what should I do, Dia? I'm gonna leave the decision up to you. Anything? Okay. I guess I have to make the decision for myself. She's not been a very nice person. The thing about it is, I can't do anything that happened last time. So this is all new to me as well. I cannot really answer that question. Oh yeah, what do you want to do? Eh? Any thoughts? Okay. Examine the chains.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Oh look, she's smiling. You made a right choice.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
There isn't any key. Do you have any ideas? Or I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Maybe she has an idea. Oh, maybe there is a bit of lag.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
I don't know if I just processed what happened. I didn't say anything about getting the key, but I guess this is where it leads me.
Is someone else here?
To the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay, Dia. Last choice. Save or slay. That sounds like a ringing endorsement for save. This is what you chose.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Really on her side still?
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, I cannot slay the princess. I have to warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
She's so sinister.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I have to resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Can't believe you picked this ending, Dia.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Lead to the cabin. This
Oh,
hero.
warning, before you go any further.
Look at that icon. The hand is the icon is the hand.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Have I seen the skeptic before? I don't know.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Lead to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Old time's sake, I'm just gonna examine the mirror.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
But I'm clearly a hero, you can tell by the voice. The mirror clean?
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
This is a hand of a hero if I've ever seen one.
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I'm gonna take the blade just to be safe.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yeah, I just got the go to the mirror thing. I feel like I did that 2-3 minutes ago, so maybe your Wi-Fi is just really laggy.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
To the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Sounds composed. Better than a lot of ones I've heard.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Interesting.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
True.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Oh, that's interesting. I could just try leaving her. Yeah. I'm worried about the extra chain, though. That's probably going to end up on me if I sit with her. Oh no. She might not be able to get out. Let's sit with her for a little bit.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
This looks like it's not fully around her wrist, which worries me. Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Interesting thought. Maybe she would.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Like how she's interrogating me.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Oh? How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is also in a shackle?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
I don't want to know. I don't want to watch her work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
He's not a bad voice, but he just hasn't said much of anything. I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
I'm not even sure if there is a fourth wall in this game. Theorize that, like, me, the player, is one of the voices, because they reference more people than the voices account for sometimes.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Yeah, honestly. This is a very forthcoming narrator this time.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't.
I don't know what to think of this dynamic.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Alright.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
You love his, grit in his voice.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
As far as I can tell, she doesn't hear the voices, except for in one circumstance, which I found during this stream. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I feel like she's hiding something.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
The other chain on the wall. Who is that for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Do that?
Maybe it'll fit.
I don't like that look she's giving me.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
In the very, very first, at the very start of the stream, I did kill her. You'd have to, the first part of this, quote-unquote series. You can see that in the first VOD. Realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right?
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me.
Hmm.
I'm extremely patient.
It's fair.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
Hmm. I mean, the shackle sounds interesting, though, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's inspect it.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Man, this guy does fall into logical holes sometimes.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity.
And maybe it is. Maybe she's into this.
I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Well, shit.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Are we stuck here now?
Really?
Yes.
At least we got company.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
The board that's funny is funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess
It was
starve.
become my own jailer. Prison of the Mind is what it's called.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So we're both stuck here, eh?
Yep.
What do we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
You know this was going to happen to me.
No.
One for small talk, are we?
Nope.
Oh, well, fair enough.
That's rude.
I'll wait.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
Yeah, that's consolation.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
I feel like we could totally reach the princess.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Starting to grasp at straws.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Darker. Hey, have you noticed the basement's changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Like that.
Still rude.
We need to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Good point.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
At least there's a nice side profile. Her hair is on point still.
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then,
I expected to be buried by the earth. Did not expect there to be freedom.
and
I think he's gone.
Oh, okay.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is not the end for you, but this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. Mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Well, that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled, in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh. Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Ooh. Oh, interesting. I feel like I shouldn't see some of these options. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Was made to do this single task? Who made me? What am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh. You're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
That she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
You want me to destroy the concept of transformation. How is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
You have anything to say for yourself, for all of this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
You made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
Why did you make her a
I
princess?
didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
I honestly haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
The final fragment of glass shatters. You see yourself with newfound clarity. Narrator was right. You were the long quiet. A vast and nascent god. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. You arrive at the heart of things. There is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I don't know what to make of all this. You know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
You were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked, if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
I don't know what to say. Yeah. Whoever the artist is, does good work. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Yeah, it always... Oof. It's always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again. We don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
Mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There's
end.
only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the
In
flood
every
of
moment
bodies.
you hold every possible sensation
Every
at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at
And then you
once.
hold them all
And
again.
then you hold them all again.
They're doing such a good job summarizing in one image each route I've taken.
But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
There can be love and conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole of reality into the picture.
We are the whole of reality. Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
We're not the whole of reality. Why won't you see me the way I still see you? Why won't you see me for what I am?
I could ask you the same.
for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
Don't like her casual lounge. Doesn't have to be so big. You can come back down to my level. You can come back to me.
Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering you ascension to mine? It's so peaceful here. Beautiful. Eternal, but ever-changing.
The clash between you abates. You begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Passive route would be interesting. Oh, you've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective. You keep dismissing mine. Think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Hero! Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Fair enough. It is good to hear from you, hero.
After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. But we don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
That's quite a lot in the windows to unpack. I'm just going to not look at it.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you or me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin for me? For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
I'm not taking the blade. I'll enter the basement.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sure. You the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
I don't know if we treated each other very princely, or princessly, or heroically.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
Sure, man. None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
Do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. just like this cabin.
Hmm. I feel like it's not good to finally see her. I guess it's better than out there. And I don't know if I could mean this with how many times she's hurt me. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
This is probably the most pleasant version of her that hasn't been wrong in some way. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you gonna be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Yeah, I feel like not taking the knife only left me with romantic options. Leave with the princess. You lead, and the princess follows, and together, you leave the basement behind for the last time. Quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. Top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. See, attention sees her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. It still is. Then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Yay! Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there.
It's something new. But whatever it is, we'll face it. Together.
What happens next? Le fin. That was a good ending. Cat. Finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for the special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide UI by pressing H. grab that for later. The soundtrack in this game has been phenomenal. That was good. Honestly, a fantastic game. I don't have much to say on the matter, I suppose. I'm tempted to go back and get all the other endings I haven't seen. But there's like 92 achievements for this game. I don't know if I have the stomach for all of that. But I'll think about it. It's honestly a good stream game, despite it being a visual novel. I'll probably come back to it in the future. Yeah, 92, it's crazy. But for now, I think I do have to go to bed. And these will probably be up on the YouTube eventually once I post them. So any VOD watchers, see them there. Anywho, that's it for me. Bye.